It Takes a Village Africa is a nonprofit organization that promotes education, agriculture, and healthcare programs in Liberia, which is where our next two guests are from originally. Now living in Brooklyn in 2014, these sisters have partnered with the Educational Ministry of Liberia to help farmers accumulate 800 acres of farmland, help build and establish a school for 300 children who are victims of the Ebola epidemic, and also provide healthcare education to young girls living in the village.
Well, here to tell us more as we kick off Women's History Month.
Woo!
I knew it was coming. They are making history, right? Our sisters and the organization's co-founder, Yvonne Muna Adebo. Thank you. Welcome to BK Live.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And Erica Davies is also here. Thanks for joining us, Erica.
Thanks for joining us, you two.
you.
So
Thank
what
you.
made you start this organization?
Well, It Takes a Village Africa is actually the brainchild of my mother. She always instilled with us that we need to give back to our community. And since we were little, she's always put things together, and she told us the importance of giving back to Liberia in general. And during the war, we realized it was going to be a tough time for them. But when we went to Liberia with our mother, we realized there's a lot more than just clothes that they would need. They need the basics of education and agriculture, to have food supplies, and healthcare.
So we know that mom's at the top of the pyramid, but how do you two work out your sister thing and split up the duties of keeping this thing running?
Well, me and Erica, we're like the yin and the yang.
Okay.
Yeah, we both have the creative side and the analytical side. I focus on the organization and also the objectives and the project and branding.
And I'm the mouthpiece. I go around and I get in people's face. So I deal with partnerships and sponsorships. Yes.
I love it. I love it. And you started with the education initiative for the school. Where are you guys in that process?
The foundation was laid, and we're just we're like 60%, and we just need the funds and to be able to finish the project.
So obviously, we're sitting here in Brooklyn right now, and there's the tale of two cities. There's a lot of disparities here, and a lot of great people doing great work to help kids who live a subway ride away from here. Why is it important to expand that vision and help folks that may not be as immediately present to you, but still have pressing needs?
Well, we believe that Africa matters. It Takes a Village Africa it was built on the proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. And so it's a community effort. Although your community may not be Africa, you're still involved in that global community. So to feed people with agriculture or to give them that education will give those African diasporians that tie to Africa that they truly are yearning for, especially with the internet being so rampant. Giving education to children and also doing farming will build those bridges so people will be able to know what we're doing in Africa and understand that building a community, it can happen at any place. It can happen in Brooklyn, it can happen in Africa, and Africa matters. So that's why Brooklyn should care.
Tell us more about these programs. What do they involve? The Farmer Empowerment Program and the Female Sex Education Initiative. And also we've got some photos going here. If you see anything that you want to talk about, feel free.
If you ever needed a question as to why, look at these faces. Tell us what we're seeing, Erica.
Yes. The Farmer Empowerment Program, we have farmers in the community that need the tools. So we decided that why don't we join together and get the tools that they need, get the training that they need so they could grow their own food. And we also focus on I guess is a proverb, but teach a man how to fish. You teach a man how to fish, they'll be able to feed themselves. A lot of people don't want handouts. They want to be able to grow their own food and take care of themselves.
And teach their own children.
And the female sex education is teaching women about sex education, FGM, giving them sanitation napkins, and being able to take care of themselves and know that they have to preventive care.
So what kind of level of commitment are you looking for from anyone who may be watching or sharing this via YouTube? Like, it's not as simple as us going to Home Depot and getting a shovel, but I'm sure you've made it very easy to help folks.
Yes, we want everyone to check out our website. They could go to www.ittakesAvillageafrica.org, and they could start their own campaign to be able to fundraise for our organization, or they'll be able to give in-kind donations and help with the sponsorship, because they need sanitation napkins, we need tools, we need children's books, we need toys, we need the necessities to be able to uplift these children and uplift the community so they'll be able to take care of themselves.
So if I have a hookup at a shovel factory or my auntie works for Kimberly Clark or something, I can connect to your website and then tell my friends, hey, everybody, kick in.
Yes.
You can actually make it happen that easily.
Yes.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yes.
That's an awesome idea.
So it's
on it.
to get
I'm getting on
empowerment to give empowerment to the people. We give empowerment to the people who can, so that they can do, and then we'll be able to work together and basically go through all the initiatives to make sure that we'll be able to feed the children, teach the adults, put these families back together, and don't have them go outside their community in order to find work. They'll be able to find it there, and all the necessary ingredients will be there for them.
How long have you guys been working on this? What are your immediate steps like? How often do you go? I mean, what are your lives like with this project?
I'm actually leaving at the end of this month.
Okay.
Yes, I'm leaving at the end of this month. That's why it was perfect timing. And the last time I actually came because of the Ebola virus. And I left because I was like, wow, like we couldn't do it all by ourselves. I was like, let me go back to America, especially Brooklyn, and be able to let everyone know what's going on so I could go back and be able to contribute more than what I was doing before.
So we've seen headlines that Ebola has been stomped out in a lot of places. How is it specifically in the Liberian context right now? Where are we?
Well, in Liberia, Ebola is dead, but what it is that the sanitation isn't at the high level it needs to be.
So it's still
so it's still waiting.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is make sure that there's running water, make sure that people are educated on how to protect themselves and prevent these things from happening, and also shelter the children to make sure that they don't get these diseases, because they are more exposed to it, because they're in these classrooms, they're with each other, and if we're able to have more sanitary conditions, then it wouldn't spread as rampant as it did.
An ounce of prevention.
Yeah, and all the students had it, or from families that were kind of ravaged?
Yes, just about everyone lost a family member. So a lot of these children that we're advocating for, they lost their parents. They lost their parents, they lost loved ones, and it also the economic development of the country as well took a hit. And also going back from before the Ebola, we had a 14-year war. So the country was already not as level. We have the first female president, but she could only do so much. That's why it takes a village to raise a child, to be able to come together, come back from America, to go to Africa, to be able to advocate for everyone, because she's a great president, but we need to be able to stand behind her as well.
And support her. Yeah, and realize that everyone who has an initiative, they need support. And so as much as we support Black Lives Matter, we should support how Africa matters, and we should support how an initiative, if someone comes up to you and say, you know what, we should get together and provide education for these children, then you should be like, yes, and band together and do things together. And that is the community I would like to live in. That's the community my mother has instilled in me. So no matter whether or not I'm in Brooklyn or I'm in Liberia, I'm making sure that I'm always giving back and making sure that education is the top of the matter.
Well, looking at that little muscle man right there, I'm going to ask you guys to share how we can click our way to your website and help out and send you off the right way before you go back to Liberia. Let us know the website and what you need.
Yes. The website is www.ittakesAvillageafrica.org, and you could go to the donate, and then it'll give you two options. Either you could donate, or you could go down and it says start your own fundraiser.
Very cool.
And we need to build that school.
All right, there's a school to be built, folks. So I don't know if any of you have noticed out there, but it's the start of Women's History Month. I'm the only dude on the set today. I'm just feeling the waves of girl power roll over me. We had some phenomenal lawyers and we have some phenomenal philanthropists who need your help. So go out there and click away.
Yeah,
Thank you
definitely.
so much for
please.
being here.
And you can follow us on Twitter at My Village Africa.
All right.
Yeah.
Do
Excellent.
that after you send some money. Don't follow them.
Yes.
Send some
Or
money
start a
in and all that
fundraiser.
stuff. Yes,
definitely.
please. So,
Wonderful.
thank
Thank
for
you
being
so
here,
much for
ladies.
being
Thank you.
here.
Thank you.